Okay, ladies and men that are gentle. We are here to talk about Misfits 005 that took place this weekend. Sorry, I just got a text message. People gotta leave me alone when I'm doing this YouTube stuff, you know what I mean? I wish it was someone texting me about how they liked, subscribed, and commented on my video. I know you like that transition, so hit the sub button. Anyway, Misfits '05 did not disappoint. No Misfits cards disappoint. We get great fights on every card. We get a combination of entertainment and a combination of skill sometimes, and it's really awesome. So I'm gonna start. Where am I gonna start here? Let's start with the negative, the worst, most negative thing I'm probably gonna say for this whole video. Astrid Wet versus the girl that fought Astrid Wet. Um, wow. They really gave out a belt for the winner of the worst display of boxing in the history of the world. I don't want to hear, like the commentator, I think it was either Wade or Todd, one of them guys were like, oh, they've only had a year of training. A year? They train for a year and that's how they fight? Astrid Wet is stiff as a board. She's stiffer than the guys that watch her content. She's out here like, both girls. And why do the girls' fights on Misfits, they just go crazy immediately? Not crazy in the sense that they're trying to take each other's heads off, because even if they landed these punches, they're not going to do anything. I was literally laughing because they're just. This is how they fight. They're just, hey, this is how they fight. It's like crazy. Like, what are y'all doing? Whose coaches are letting their fighters go into the ring like that? Like, what the hell is that? That was so. I literally got physically ill watching that fight. I actually got angry. I'm like, what the hell is this? Elle Brooke is trash. Don't get me wrong. She sucks at fighting. But she would destroy Astrid Wet. Like, stop. She is terrible. Like, terrible. Oh my god. And I'm so team Elle Brooke in both ways. She's way more hot, she looks better, and she fights better. They're all terrible though. All the women on Misfits have been terrible thus far. Faith Ordway, that's my baby. She looked good, but she didn't fight good. None of these girls fought good. What's the one girl that fought Astrid Wet the first time? That's got to be the worst boxer on the face of planet Earth. I think my 4-year-old son could probably knock her out. What was her name? Keely? Keely, I think. Oh my god. This Astrid Wet fight that just happened on Saturday, I was like, what am I watching? That's the type of shit that makes influencer boxing look horrible. You got guys who can fight in influencer boxing who really bring an element of skill with the element of entertainment, but then you got the fights like the Astrid Wet fight who, like, what are we doing? Get them off the card. They're too bad. I know we're here for entertainment, we're here to see the influencers fight, but they're too bad. Moving on. Um, the tag team fight. When they announced that they were going to start doing tag team boxing, I was like, what the hell is this? This is going to be ridiculous. This is going to be so bad. Um, and then, they started coming up with the tag team names, and I'm just like, this is over the top. This is horrible. But I was interested to see what it might look like, and it was the best thing I ever seen in my life. It was so awesome. It was the greatest thing I ever seen. Uh, it was just. I think B. Dave is super entertaining. I think Pineda's a cult hero. People love Pineda. Pineda's a legend. And whoever the other guys were, D Generation Ice. How do you name yourself D Generation Ice and you don't walk out to the DX theme? Like, what are we doing? Do I need to orchestrate this for y'all Misfits? Because I can get it done. If you want help on the sports entertainment side of this, I'll hop right in there and help you out. But Yeah, that was awesome. I thought it was funny that the Degeneration Ice team was just tagging in and out because none of them could deal with Pineda. But this goes back to a previous statement that I made, not on YouTube, so you guys won't know. I just said this in close circles. They need to stop putting Pineda in there with guys like B Dave or guys like whatever the hell the one dude was on the tag team. Like, people are going to get seriously hurt. That's almost the same thing as putting Andy Worski in there with Salt Poppy. Um, Pineda is a meme. Pineda's a joke. We all kind of don't take him serious, but he'll really hurt like some of these guys that can't fight at all. At least Pineda's been training boxing for a while. He has a solid 1-2. He's a long guy. Um, you can't just put him in there with guys who were training for 6 weeks and aren't taking it serious at all and are laughing like it's a joke. Because it clearly wasn't a joke when that kid was getting punched up by Pineda. He looked like he was a deer in headlights. He looked terrified, and he was taking damage from a person he shouldn't be in the ring with. That was not cool. But the whole thing was awesome. B Dave came in, closed the show. Los Pinedas Coladas. They need to drop some merch because I'll buy it. And where's the tag team titles? We need the tag team titles. They should be champs. Maybe like Temper and Sensei can jump in there. Imagine if Jake and Logan did it. That'd be awesome, but they would never do that. Yeah, tag team boxing. I can't wait to see more of it. I hope they have a tag team fight on every card. That was awesome. Moving on from that, what else was next? Oh yeah, back to negative Paulie. You guys ready? Cause I can't stand the way that these guys are. Daly and Kenny walk around and talk like they are like elite. Like, I'm not saying Daly because Daly doesn't box on the influencer scene, but he's the coach, and he talks that talk for Kenny like crazy, and Kenny talks that talk like crazy, and it's never ever been justified. We need to stop overhyping how good Kenny is. It reminds me of when people used to say Deji was so good even though he had never done anything. Um, Kenny is awful. Kenny sucks. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Kenny sucks. You can say, oh, he can stand there in his stance like a boxer. Like, that's literally all you could really say. You can say all he has is a jab, but he really don't even have a jab. How is his jab even nice? Like, his jab's not even nice. Like, he doesn't do anything else except jab. He lost convincingly to Temper, who's been knocked out by KSI and Slim. He lost convincingly to Sensei. Convincingly to Sensei. Don't ever come up to me and say Kenny won that fight. I'll slap you. And then he fought a bum, DK Money. Congratulations, you beat him. Woo. And then you fight another bum. When they announced this fight, I was like, they're really giving Kenny layups. They're trying to build something out of Kenny. And you lost to the bum. Like, what are you doing? It looked like KSI versus Logan, too. Like, Ashley Roxu was, like, just wild and shit, but Kenny didn't throw anything. So, obviously, you're going to get outworked and you're going to lose. Kenny's awful, man. This guy said he would knock out KSI. This guy said he was a top 5 influencer boxer. He's probably not even top 10. Straight up. Like, probably most likely not top 10. Daly saying, I don't see the hype in Salt Poppy. Salt Poppy would do unspeakable things to King Kenny. Salt Poppy would murder King Kenny in the ring. So don't ever talk about Salt Poppy when it comes to King Kenny being your fighter. That's laughable. I'm just so sick of hearing these guys. They walk around like they're so good. Like, I'm not saying Daly's not a good coach. He probably is. He seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. I'm more of an MMA guy. But, like, damn. And I can also say, let me give him his credit, Deji has been tremendously better and is clearly growing under Daly. So props to Daly. But just the way that they talk, it's like, dude, Kenny sucks. I don't know. Is that his brother? I think that's his brother. Maybe that's why he has to give him that confidence, and I understand that. But King Kenny, you gotta know that you're awful, my guy. Like, terrible, man. People are just gassing you up because you're popular, I guess, because you are a popular YouTuber. But dude, boy, do you ever suck. Because you dedicate your whole life to boxing, right? And like, this is what we get. You lose to the guy who Anthony Taylor dropped on his face in 2 minutes, or 2 seconds, I mean, and then Anthony Taylor continued to dominate the whole fight. So King Kenny would get destroyed by Anthony Taylor. Let's make that very clear. If you count Anthony Taylor as a influencer boxer, he's higher than Kenny. I can name 19 other guys that are higher than Kenny. But instead of doing that, maybe tomorrow I will drop my top 10 list of influencer boxers. I think that sounds like a good video. Pretty much everybody's done it. So, sorry guys, I got something on my screen. Okay. What did I do? I'm doing bad things, guys. I'm as bad at this YouTube stuff as King Kenny is in the ring. I'm back. So, yeah, I'll drop that top 10 video tomorrow. But moving on. Who was next? I believe Dean the Great was next that I'm covering. I originally was a big fan of Dean, and I'm still a fan of Dean. I really like him. He's funny as hell. He has a good style. But I must say that every single fight I get less and less impressed with him as a fighter. When he fought Evil Hero, I was like, damn, this guy's quick. He's got a variety of punches. And he's at a lighter weight. I think that this guy's probably going to be a dominant champion because there's not that many guys at the lighter weight. Evil Hero's actually a pretty decent boxer for this scene. And Dean the Great blew right through him. And then he fought Wilded Sharks. And Wilded Sharks pretty much proved to be the better fighter. But Dean proved championship grit, championship heart, determination, composure. And Dean did his thing, got the knockout. That was beautiful. But I was a little bit less impressed with that performance because I thought Wiley was probably a better fighter. And then this fight, Dean just looked stale. Like, sure, he won pretty convincingly, but, like, you got to be blowing through guys like that. What was his name? Pulley? I never even heard of him in my whole life. Dean should have smoked him, and he did in a sense, but not the way he should have, you know what I mean? Then let's get to the main event. The main event is interesting because I think Nichlmao, Nick LMAO, whatever his name is, he won that fight. Let's keep it 100. He won that fight. I had him winning 3-1. Jay Swingler was trying to be the brute, trying to be the bull. He wasn't really cutting off the ring like he should have. He was more so just running in a straight line, which is something you never want to do. Jay looked inexperienced. Jay looked like he also took a step back in my mind from what I thought he was. That's what happens when you put guys in front of churdleys. They look great, and then they go in there. Nichlmao has been training for like 6 months, and he looked real good. He looked like he has a future in this. He would beat King Kenny's ass. I'm going to be 100 with you. Yeah, Nick looked really good. I thought he won the fight. You could tell he got really tired at the end. By the way, why are these guys going 4 rounds in a main event? Do your road work. Run. Can't you go 6? Like, at least? It's a main event. Like, jeez. If you can't go 6 rounds, don't be in a main event. How about that? New rule. Like, come on, fellas. But, anyway, yeah, the fight was very entertaining. Lots of big moments. More so for Nick than Jay. Jay had some big moments too, but mainly just the crowd overhyping his success. But, yeah, I had Nick winning the fight. Pretty solid performance. I'm very excited to see what this kid brings to the table in the future. I want to know who he's going to fight next. He actually has definitely drawn my interest. And from that, I would say we could give him another decently big name because you know he's going to put on a good fight. His range control was pretty impressive for being so new and having one fight. He had a nice little 1-2. His jab was working. He was rolling with shots too, but he was a little too gassed out towards the end of the 4th round. Like, we need these guys to have a little bit more in the tank, or at least learn how to compose themselves and make it throughout. Because if you fight with a high volume in the early rounds, you're obviously going to get tired, but just learn how to pace yourselves. Like, what about Nick? I don't even know what weight they fought at, but what if Nick fought Deji on the next KSI card? That'd be a banger. Or Jay Swingler fight Deji. like either way, they're both bangers. Um, but yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on Misfits '05. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think I'm hating on anybody. Let me know if you think I got a point. Um, Tomorrow I'll be dropping that top 10 influencer boxers video. And we'll get into more things this week, guys. Love y'all. See y'all later.